So, what is it that you desire? Rusty old coins like you mortals are wont to collect, perhaps? We are resolved to vanquish the Light Warden of this land. To that end, we desire entry into Lygia. What a strange thing to wish for! You might as well ask for your death! But if that is what you want, who are we to argue? Very well, I shall speak with the others. Is there anything you can tell us about this Light Warden? Aye, my lady, by circumstances most tragic, the Light Warden of this land is our king and ruler, Titania. Oh, shoot. It was not always so, of course. Our king fought the first Light Warden that threatened our home, you see, fought it and won. But all the horrible light that came out went and corrupted them, turning them into a new Light Warden. Now they're king only in name, not remains of the wise and just ruler that used to be. We had no choice but to seal them in the castle. The magic for breaking the seal we divided into 4, and wove each into a different relic, to be kept apart until the time was right. And this dress is one of them. It's been in our safekeeping for years and years, but we've decided to entrust it to you. Are you sure? Of course, custom demands it. Though you're most certainly going to your deaths, we thought we should at least let you try. That way we get to watch what happens. Of course, you can't break the seal unless you have the other relics too. The shell crown is with the Fwoth. The stone scepter is with the Numo, and the crystal shoes are with the Amaro. Good luck finding them all. The fact thus disclosed confirm mine own understanding. Our quest lieth now before us. First, let us heed to the lake, there to claim the shell crown from the Fwoth. If we call to them before the untouchable gate, they will answer. During our sojourns in Ilmeg, we avoided the lake at all cost. Let that suffice to warn you of its dangers. I mean, I was just at the lake. It would have been nice to tell me, Thancred, before I jumped into the lake. What a lot of leafmen. Oh yeah, that's a lot of leafmen. That doesn't bode well for us, does it? I was about to say the Fwoth couldn't be any more unreasonable than the pixies, but that's just asking for trouble. Yep, you just had to say it. You just had to say it. Untouchable gate. We touch in the untouchable gate. Hearken to me, O spirits of water. We are come with an entreaty. Not in a talkative mood, apparently. I'm not exactly sure how the gate works. But if the Fwoth are water spirits, perhaps we should take our search into the lake. Oh right, Alfino can't swim. I suppose a brief dip wouldn't hurt. We all know Thancred swims like an eel, but what about you, Minfilia? I can swim well enough. Thancred taught me. What of you, Ariange? I'm not sure I've ever asked. Can you swim? Rather than swim, mayhap it would be more expeditious? How do I pronounce that word? To walk upon the surface by means of magic. You too, Ariange, that you should be a kindred spirit. Expeditious. Worry not, my friend. I know some helpful tricks, and I should be more than happy to share them with you. Together we shall conquer the waves. This is wholesome. Well, well, aren't we a lively lot? And you have... Wait, what does a watery voice sound like? What does watery voice sound like? Well, well, aren't you a lively lot? Like that? And you have an entreaty for us, you say? An entreaty for mortals? What a treat! Aye, my comrades and I are on a quest to vanquish the Light Warden. To that end, we would simply beg the loan of the shell crown, which we are given to understand is in the safekeeping of your people. I could probably just go, I don't know how to make it easier for me. Just like that. What do you want from us? I don't know why I'm keeping up with this. It's the worst voice I've ever made for any character in this game. We do some of them have immortal visitors, and it would seem that some let the name limits the viewable, such the unsearchable great, and common visitors to over the living. Given very in the ritual, and revision for revision, room, closed for moving, visits, and civil, it's for we of a living, or a full, brought with the reference of women's from servants. Something for women's room. Living bubbling sport and we will give it but come on. Ooh, who should I bring with? Ooh! 'Twas never like to be simple, hard though it may seem to believe. The Fuath's love of games surpasseth even that of the pixies, and in the name of their games, full many men have drowned. We must needs take all care if we are to avoid meeting a watery end. I can fight too. I promise I won't be a burden. I kind of want to see her at work. Okay, Thancred. Oh, yo, look at that. Look at that. That's my party. If I die, I'll know I made the wrong choice, but we'll see. Oh, this is cool. Oh, is this so I thought it was gonna be like that's what I thought it was gonna be. Welcome to Disneyland. It's like being in a dream. Yet the dangers of this dream are very real. Be not distracted by its beauty. Water is love, water is life. Drink up, ye parched souls. Hello. Making their minions stronger by the look of it. Wow! Oh my, did you see the flowers? Stay focused, Minfilia. That's so pretty! What the heck? Oh, our guests have arrived. That their chieftain should personally stand in our way. If it stands in our way, it falls like the rest. Wow! What the heck? What? 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 I'm gonna figure that out. Ah. Got it, okay. Bravo, bravo, very impressive. No, it was just toying with us. And Philia's like, we did it, we won! Aw, she got super excited. Whoa! Look, the landscape is changing. It seems they haven't quite had enough games. This is so cool. Onward, my friends. Onward to your prize. Oh dear, I seem to have dropped a wasp nest. How very clumsy of me. Lamau. Really? My apologies, but accidents do happen. Let's cut this overgrown scrub down to size. I don't want no scrub as I gotta can't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. What's it doing? Yo! Oh shoot! Oh, am I supposed to? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to block it? I was supposed to block it, huh? Oh shoot! I just realized I was in a painted route. Lol.
Okay, I know what to do now. I know what to do now. Damn it, Orion J. Why did we get the same one? Why did we get the same one? Why? Damn it. Damn it, Orion J. I freaking swear, Orion J. Really? I just have to make sure to block those 2 times and not get the ones that the others are, the AI are covering. Okay, which one are they going to? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay. Okay, there we go. Better. I just have to stay close to him. Okay. We'll be fine. No, why am I stuck? Shoot. Oh, I didn't realize I was in a route. My bad. Freaked out for no reason. The beast falleth short of the legend. That was fun though. Oh, that's cool. Yo, a palace of water. It's like something out of a fairy tale, except we're the ones in the tale. Stay on your guard. Welcome, welcome to our humble palace. That way, the crowns. That way. What way? This way? Oh, here. This is sus. Ah, it's a fake. You'll just have to keep going. I knew it. I knew it was sus. It seemed sus. It was definitely sus. Thancred, pretty good take. I love that effect. That effect is so cool. Yo, this is so cool. What the heck? This is so cool. Ooh. Oh boy. Lake Lord? What is this, another Eden? Anchthon, Lord of Lengthsome Gate. Focus on the fight, Minfilio, not the prize. Thank you. Oh! What the heck? Hi, frog. Hi, frog. Hi, toad, I mean. Of course he could turn me into a toad. What is this? What? That wouldn't fool- this wouldn't fool a child. Freaking Thancred! Thancred hella showed off, what the freaking heck? No. Bruh. Wait, I suck at this, what the hell? What the hell? Thancred, I freaking hate you. So rude! I fell because of Thancred! What is going on? I can't hit anything. What the fudge? Shade of Fear. Thancred made it seem like it was possible. I don't mind Orion J. It was Thancred that I was like, oh, so you can do that? Boy, how frickin' dare you? How dare you? Damn it. Damn it. Yay! Okay, cool. I thought he was gonna do the thing again where he pushes us and we had to walk the line. Time to collect our prize. Alfino has nothing to say. Is Alfino okay? Is it over? Their mastery over glamours is truly astounding. Nothing to say, Thancred? I dare say they've had their fill of sport. How about you, Alfino? We did it. Oh, hello. I was not expecting that voice. I love how this is where Urianger has been spending his time. Like this area. Why is it zooming in on you? Why you sus? Why you sus? Pleasing on the eyes. This is a little going. That's going a little too far. Just we're grabbing the tiara and running. Grabbing it and run. Grab and run. Itadakimasu! No, 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 no. No. Thanks, Ardbert. Ardbert looking out for us. This is why you don't trust Faye. Never trust Faye. Ardbert just watching. We can play Blitzball. It'd be so cool if we get Blitzball in 14. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the chaos that would ensue? Oh. Yo, Ardbert. Damn. The history of this world is very interesting. Damn. Aw, Ardbert. Man. Bruh. Nope. Nope. Don't want to see it. Nope. Nope. Not Ishgard. Nope. I'm going back in. Nay, my lady, exhausted as thou art, thou wouldst only endanger thyself. I prithee, rest a moment. We're fine, guys. There was nothing where we looked. Zordia! Hey, guys. It's all chill. We're fine. It's okay. Dear gods, were it not for Soroban's blessing. But I need not labor the point. I am glad to see you safe and well. Have you any idea how worried we were to wash up on shore only to find you weren't with us? I'll say you need to chill. We're okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Oh, but I'm forgetting. Here's your crown, your majesty. The Fuath kept that part of the bargain at least. While there were certain twists and turns, our work here is done. With everyone, none the worse for wetness.
None the worse for wetness. Really, Thancred? Really?
Oh, thank goodness you're still here. You're still here?
My bad.
Soluin, is something amiss? A great big mob of mortals is marching to Ilmeg. Mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. They wouldn't happen to be your friends, would they? Rather the reverse, I fear. The Ulmoran army at a guess. Meaning we can play with them?
Yes, play with them. Do it. Do it.
As much as you like. But just to be sure, I will return with you to confirm their identities. If they are who we suspect, we will require your aid. If Alfino is coming, then LSA will too, yes? Can't have one without the other, you know. All right. Just remember we're not your playmates this time. I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the relic hunt in your hands.
Don't worry, I've done this sort of thing before.
Indeed you have. Very well then. See you afterwards, my friend. If it is indeed the Ulmoran army, we may soon have to contend with Ranjit again, which may prove problematic even for you. With our enemies fast approaching, time is of the essence. We must needs accomplish our mission with all possible haste. Of the two remaining bearers of the relics, the new Mo are the nearer. We shall seek them out next. Among the Feyfolk, they bear the distinction of having abided in these lands since before the flood. They are also the friendliest to men, and have served me faithfully whensoever I have called upon them. Indeed, they are the source of much of the knowledge I have acquired in my time here. Past yonder cliff lieth Plaeni, home of the Numo. The others have gone ahead to scout the way. Come, let us follow.
This area is so pretty! Look at it. Look at this frickin' area. It's so pretty.
If the path striketh thee as precipitous, 'tis because it was once a mountain trail.
Oh, this music.
For where the lake now lieth, there was a valley in whose midst thrived the city of Vobert. 'Twas only when the Fuath came, in the wake of the flood, that the settlement was drowned. We stand now upon its former outskirts, grazing lands where shepherds once tended their flocks. Though one cannot help but feel a pang of loss when faced with such a spectacle, one can scarcely blame the Feyfolk for altering the land. The blame for that lieth rightly with the Light, a force terrible enough to bring an entire civilization to its knees, an entire world. That it should have been allowed to rise up unchecked is the greatest regret. Yet, in spite of all the tragedy which surroundeth me, full glad am I for the chance to be here. 'Twas these hands which brought together the warriors of darkness and Minfilia, lest thou forget. Therefore, even were there no 8th umbral calamity to forestall, it seemeth only right that I strive to deliver the first from its doom. In truth, I can no more ignore the plight of this world than I can choose to stop breathing, and thus do I labor for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. The coming struggle promiseth to test us to our limits. Aha! Mortals, just as we thought! Hast thou business with us? Business? Ha! Nothing so boring. We smelled you coming, and thought we'd come to play. They do not appear to be pixies of Lidharan. Mine apologies, but we are in some haste. Mayhap another day. Oh, in some haste, are you? Then allow me to hasten you on your way. Tee-hee-hee.
Oh boy.
Teleportation magic. For mercy, we were not sent far from our course. Should the pixies find us again, however, they will most assuredly repeat the trick. We have not the time to waste. Let us avail ourselves of an enchantment I have learned. Fade Cloak, 'tis called, a most ingenious magic, which rendereth one invisible to Feyfolk, albeit briefly.
I made it!
We lost sight of you. Is everything all right? I assumed you were right behind us. What took you so long?
Things, etc., etc.
I see. Yes, I'd say that's a valid excuse for your lateness.
You are hereby forgiven. Thanks, Thancred.
In other good news, the Numo village lies just through here. We'll enter as soon as Urianger deigns to join us.
Oh, this is so cute. This is pretty. Look at the big mushrooms. This is giving me big Trials of Mana vibes. The when you get shrunk down by getting thwacked with a hammer. Wait. Aren't they in Final Fantasy 12? Mortals are here. Lots of them. I don't know what voice to give him. Yeah, from Evil East? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Guy Sensei. They're in Tactics, so they're in 12. Yes, they are. You are right. You are right. What voice should I give him? I thought you said the Numo were men's best friend. The poor thing was beside itself with fear. 'Twas beside itself, perhaps, but not with fear.
This is unacceptable! Unacceptable, I tell you. To have so many mortals appear at once.
I need to pick a voice.
It's more excitement than we can bear.
Cute. Greetings, Elder Wid Enk Tierney. It hath been a while. Pray forgive my brevity, but time is against us. We are come to borrow the stone scepter of the Numo.
The stone scepter? Then you mean to lift the seal over
I can never remember how to frickin' pronounce this. Ligia? I'm gonna just pronounce it like IKEA. Ligia. Oh, that sounds way better than what I'd been pronouncing. Ligia.
It is unacceptable, I tell you. If the king is set free, none here will be safe. Unlike our fey cousins, we Numo have called this land home since time immemorial. Leaving is unthinkable. Thus did full many of us lay down our lives to seal away our king when they were corrupted by light. If we do as you ask, our sacrifice would have been in vain.
Don't worry, we'll defeat Titania. No one will come to harm. Just hand over the goddamn staff. No one will come to harm. I got this. I will absorb the light.
Easily said for one who hasn't experienced the king's wrath.
Honored elder, pray believe me when I say that this woman is possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the king, but of something still more valuable, a means to resist the resultant corruption. Indeed, she hath already laid low the light warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. She is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but she harboureth the same self-desire to see the sin-eaters eliminated as we do. Wilt thou not lend us thy hand, that we might see thy beloved home restored to its former glory?
You have always done right by us, Urianger. If you have placed your faith in this woman, then so shall we. As you say, we want nothing more than to be rid of the sin-eaters. Be that as it may, this is not a decision to be made lightly. We require time to deliberate. A turn of the moon, perhaps.
We don't have a turn of the moon unless we want to debate this with the Yulmoran army. Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee simply to roll over and acquiesce to our request. That's a line from Pirates of the Caribbean. But even now a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightest fetch us the scepter while there is yet time to use it.
Roll over? Fetch?
You know full well that naught gives us greater pleasure than to render aid to men. You know full well that you speak the words of power regardless. They're total subs.
It's unfair, I tell you. In happier times, it was our honor to assist mortals in need and receive rewards befitting our deeds. Since the kingdom of Obert fell, however, we've been starved of man's patronage. After so many years of deprivation, it is difficult to ignore such an earnest entreaty. Very well, Urianger. I promise to give you as swift an answer as I may. In return, I ask that you and yours remain here the while and bestow upon us your patronage. Is this arrangement agreeable?
Sorry, I'm having too much fun with this.
Let's see, perhaps you can begin with Marn Ose. Os. They are one of our foremost artisans, one held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Obert. With the knights gone, however, Marnos has had no opportunity to put their skills to use. They would be overjoyed for your patronage.
Scree? What's Scree? 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 What? I confused. What? Why? Lescree? Lescree. Scree is later? Oh, okay.
1,182, 1,183, 1,184. Wait, did I already count that leaf? Who? What? Where? Wait, you're mortal? Huzzah! Huzzah! Well met. Yes, very well met indeed. Have you old and tired arms arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in battle? If you answered yes, you've come to the right Numo. I will restore your equipment to pristine conditions for a payment of a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungi roam just outside the cave. Please, please, please give their legs and your patronage to me.
Okay, let's do it.
Ah, you are returned, and with the moss fungus legs, I hope. They are tools of my trade, lest you wonder, used to polish metal and leather alike to illustrious sheen. Now that I have work again, I must replenish my stores.
3?
3? But I asked for 2. No, what? You doubt that I'll fulfill? No, Oh yes, I'll make a fine mess of everything you're wearing. Oh wait, there are 2 legs here. You mustn't tease us fairies so. In my agitation, I could have done much worse than simply snap at you. You see, for there to be oh, okay.
My bad. I have to give him the exact amount. Sorry, I thought I was gonna give you tip. No tip, okay.
You must receive precisely what it is worth. Too little means you belittle our ability. Too much means you question our integrity. You've given me fitting payment, so my services are at your disposal. I shall begin by inspecting your equipment. I see. Though I must ask for a small fee for the materials, I'm pleased to say that all your arms and armor may be restored. If you mean to change them in the near future, however, there is no need to hurry. My first repair is complimentary. Here's the coin which you may pay me with when you desire to have work done. Many thanks for your patronage. Judging from your equipment, 'tis plain you are no stranger to battle. I believe Isguf will have something to offer you. To have so many men visit us at once, this is a joyous day indeed. If it please you, please give me your patronage. As my patronage, I ask that you remove the noxious mushrooms that grow in our cave. Flame spores, they're called, as we would tend to them with magics, except they leave behind a harmful ash. We've no choice but to pluck them one at a time. Now, you will be curious as to what I have to offer. I'm a purveyor of wares that will aid you in your travels. In exchange for your fitting payment, I will give you my choicest items.
Okay.
You've already removed the flame spores. How very quick you are. Oh, but did you perchance search by the western entrance as well? I'm told that more have cropped up in that area.
Oh, Minfilia.
It's Mini-Filia. I wasn't spying on you or anything. I should go and report back. You are returned. Well, have you dealt with the flame spores by the western entrance as well? Excellent. No more poisonous spores irritating our noses. For a little while, at least. Oh dear, I believe I'm getting sentimental having a patron again. It reminds me of the old days. Fair every day. I would carry my wares to the castle to offer in exchange for men's patronage. Back then, the castle wasn't called.
I've forgotten it again. I've forgotten the name again. Ligia, yeah?
The Vobertites built it, and they named it Groon's Licht. It was their last bastion in the struggle against sin-eaters, and now they're gone, all of them, nobles and knights and common folk alike. But enough reminiscing, I must give you what you've earned. And if you desire anything else I possess, I would be glad to offer them to you for a fitting price, of course. What? You? You would be my patron, but I can't do anything for you. The lawless ones took my invisible ink. Without it, I can't make my arcane wares. Who are the lawless ones? They're pneumo like us, except they've turned their backs on our values. Curs without honor they are. They refuse to work, instead spending all their time cavorting and making a nuisance of themselves. It was when I was outside for a walk that they set upon me and robbed me of my possessions, the ink included. I was too weak to resist them, but you, mortal, you look quite strong. Do you think you could take my ink back from those villains? If you do this, I will consider it your patronage, and by way of my service, I will make you something very special. Excuse me, Zordia, but I couldn't help overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, would you let me accompany you? I would learn from you, and help in what little way I can.
You're welcome to join.
Thank you so much. The lawless ones make their lair to the south inside a cave called Father Collard's chambers. They took many vials of ink, and I would be grateful if you could bring as many back as possible. If Thancred were here, he'd tell me to go about it quietly and quickly. Let us split up. I'll find all the ink I can and then come back outside. See you shortly, Zordia.
She's so cute! Mini Philly is so cute. See, you use daggers, just like Thancred back in the day. Aww. Oh no. Aww. Oh. That is scary. That's so sad. I'm gonna slap Thancred. Aww, no, but you're your own person, Naminé. She's like a mixture of Naminé, Yule, and from 13-2. And then Thancred is basically Noel. Oh shiznit! Oh no! Oh no! Is this trauma? I don't want to get am I gonna get traumatized again? Oh. Hi. No, thank you.
so was, eh? Mercy, your majesty, we had no choice, please forgive us. Oh, it's you, my ink. Were you able to retrieve it? Ha! Yes, this is the ink, and almost all of it, too. When our king spoke to me, my day went from bad to worse, but thanks to you, it's simply bad again. What? You had the vision, too? Oh, woe is us. Ordinarily, when a living being turns into a sin-eater, it loses everything about its mind that defined it. However, the king has retained some of their instincts. This manifests in the desire to play and be free. So strong is that desire, it often leaks through the seal to invade our consciousness. For a long time we've ignored it, but we can't do so forever. But forgive me, I was going to thank you for reuniting me with my ink. You did exactly as I asked, so I will give you my service, the service I promised. Ahem. Nothing up my sleeve, and voila! May it serve you well. Ah, there you are. I'm informed that you've been an excellent patron to our people. For that you have my thanks. Now then, you will be pleased to hear that we've come to a decision regarding the scepter. If you would gather your companions, I will deliver our answer. Before I begin, please allow me to express my gratitude for your kind patronage. Having been deprived of purpose for so long, our people are overjoyed at being able to serve again. But on the matter of the stone scepter, during our deliberations, we were forced to concede that we will never have the power to deal with our fallen monarch. We can release Titania neither from the castle nor from torment. In light of this, we have decided to entrust their fate to you. Take it, the stone scepter of the Nomu. This makes 3 relics, 1 more, and we can arrange a meeting with the warden. You continue your quest. Allow me to enlighten you as regards to your foe. Know that Titania is not a name, but a title bestowed upon one chosen to lead the pixies by the grace of nature. This leader, upon Ilmeg's founding, arose as ruler of all Feyfolk to bring order to our riotous kind. In our turn, we Feyfolk render our blessing unto nature, unto water, wood, and wind, that our king might be further empowered. Though they are become a sin-eater, their powers remain unchanged. When you face them, be prepared to face the full fury of nature. Oh dear, is there anything else we should know? Anything else? Only that if you feel unready for the challenge, and none here would blame you for it, you are welcome to remain among us a while longer. After all, I myself have yet to enjoy your patronage, and who knows when I will have the chance. We would see that you were comfortable, of course, and do all in our power to make you feel at home. Oi! Honestly, I look away for one moment and every fairy and their nuncle tries to steal my sapling from me. This is my sapling, mind you here, not yours and not the fourth's. And anyone who so much as thinks about trying to seduce her will wish they hadn't.
The final relic is a pair of shoes wrought of crystal. They are held in the Amaro's safekeeping at their settlement, Wolleckdorf. It beareth mentioning that these Amaro are unlike those which thou hast heretofore encountered, owing to a peculiarity of evolution. They are capable of speech, and thus we must negotiate with them as we have the Feyfolk.
Though it saddens me to see you leave, we wish you well on your way. When you arrive to Wolleckdorf, seek out the largest of the Amaro. His name is Seto, and he is their leader, and the bearer of the relic.
Enormous Amaro slumbers peacefully. Seto!
Ardbert?
He knows Ardbert? What voice should I give him?
Oh, forgive me. I was having a dream. Seldom do men visit us. What brings you to our village? Did I hear you all right? Aright? You desire the crystal shoes that you may confront the Light Warden? No, you mustn't think such thoughts. Even if you are indeed immune to the light's corruption, as you claim, vanquishing the king will bring you naught but sorrow. Forget this folly. Return whence you came.
While we appreciate your concern, we have no choice in the matter. Will you not reconsider? Come, my friends, let us leave him with his thoughts.
'Tis harder to find, by far, to change the minds of they who mean well than they who mean ill. Forgive me, but I'm not sure I understand. And little wonder, 'tis the first time thou hast set foot here. 'Twould behoove you all to learn something of the nature of this community, I think, and there is no surer way than to speak with its members. In such wise, you will come to understand Seto's reason for refusing us, and, I hope, gain an insight into how he may yet be persuaded. So I bid ye seek out the Amaro, and make yourselves known unto them. A gentle touch shall suffice, by way of a greeting. Well now, it is not often that we are visited by men, much less unglamoured ones. What brings you so far from your own kind? Pet. I get to pet you? Pet. Krr, krr. Ah, how long has it been since last I felt man's touch? I cannot help but be reminded of my master's hand. He was a knight of Obert, a noble and valiant soul. But like so many others, he died fighting the sin-eaters. Though he is long departed, I remain in this land, out of respect for his memory. Pet the lizard birds. I love the lizard birds. The lizard birds are adorable. They're adorable. They deserve love and preciousness. Are you one of those treasure hunters? What would a bird sound like? Bah! Are you one of those treasure hunters? There is nothing left for you here. I pet you. Ah! That tickles! Enough! I never had a master. I'm not accustomed to it. Not that I dislike your kind, you understand. On the contrary, we Amaro were bred to be fond of men. After the Empire fell, those with the gift eventually died out. On rare occasions, however, we are born with the seed of our ancestors in us. If we live long enough amongst men, this seed may quicken, restoring the power of speech to us amongst other things. So it was with me, though I've never had a master, as I told you. Grr, what's happening? Why am I being petted? It's wonderful. Seldom do we have the chance to enjoy the attentions of men. Your kind are loath to come here for fear of the Fey folk. But then we are Fey folk too. When first we made our home here, we swore an oath to the fairy king, you see. 'Tis easy to forget sometimes. Thou hast peered into the hearts of the Amaro, I take it. Then thou canst not choose but see the intense and abiding love they bear for men. It is out of concern for our welfare, and not scorn, that Seto seeketh to dissuade us from confronting their king. Yet confront their king we must, and to that end we must needs have the crystal shoes. Zordia, might I prevail upon thee to confer with Seto in private? The task of slaying the Light Warden will ultimately be thine, and it is for thee, I believe, that he worrieth most. What was the voice I gave him? You have spoken with my brethren. Then you see it is not out of scorn that I deny you the relic. I simply cannot bear to see men fight and die. Not any more. None of us can. To lose one who has placed a gentle hand on us, even once filled our hearts with untold sorrow, as my brothers and sisters will readily attest. Aw, they're so sweet. This is something I must do. Oh, what am I to make of such declarations? This land is no longer man's to fight for, nor will your doing so compel the Fey folk to change, and in order to obtain the other relics you will already have paid the due price. Not more is owed. Why then would you risk all to face our fallen king? To do what no one else can. What did you say? The very words. Could it be mere coincidence? Oh, Ardbert! Very well. You may believe what you say, but we shall see if you have the strength to do it. Sin-eaters have been prowling the area of late. Prove yourself against them, and I will consider giving you the relic. I'll use my voice to lure out the sin-eaters, as I once did when I hunted with an old friend. A feeble cry for the ravenous, a mighty roar for the territorial. I still remember the tricks. But come, we begin at your signal. Nice.
Okay, we did it. We did it.
You made short work of those creatures, I will not deny it. I have seen enough. Let us return to Wolleckdorf. By the ease with which you slew those sin-eaters, I see that you are capable. However, I still require time to think, and if you should be willing, there is a favor I would ask of you.
Lay it on me.
Lay it on me. This is not a test of your strength, but a personal request. Please hear my tale. A while ago, I fought sin-eaters who had wandered into Ilmeg. In the heat of battle, I dropped a prized possession, a medallion. Of all the places that it should fall, it was Long Mirror Lake. We Amaro are not fond of water. We certainly cannot dive very deep. I briefly entertained the thought of turning to the Fuath, but they are more likely to keep my medallion out of mischief than return it to me. I had despaired of retrieving my treasure, but having seen what you are capable of, perhaps you will be able to find it. While I ponder your request for the shoes, will you not go and search for my medallion? If it should elude even you, I will accept that it is gone forever. Oriange tells me you've been busy trying to win Seto over, and I agree that you're the best woman for the job. Silver Tongue can only get one so far. Ah, you are returned. How fare your search?
Got your medallion. Oh, his voice.
間違いない。私のメダルだ。ありがとう。本当に。これは大事な友達からもらった。
Oh, it's Ardbert. I bet it's Ardbert. It's 100% Ardbert.
彼は旅人でね。私に乗って世界中をかけたものさ。その時。私はまだ幼くて喋ることもできなかった。私が生きた中で最も輝かしいひとときだった。嬉しかった。言葉で伝えられなかったけれど本当に誇らしかった。
Oh, Ardbert!
彼はアルバート。もう遠い昔に去った一番の友達さ。
その名はつまり。
ああ、そうだね。光の反乱を引き起こした人だとみんなが言っていた。でも反乱の直後は彼らを擁護する声もたくさんあったんだ。アルバートたちに助けられた人はたくさんいたから。だけどそれも時とともに減って彼らを大罪人として語ることが当たり前になった。私はそれが耐え難くて妖精と共に人のいないこの地で暮らすことにしたんだ。
Oh, he's so loyal.
彼らも人よしだからいろんなことに巻き込まれて、それでも誰かが困って泣いていたら迷わずに駆けつける人だった。
Why is this getting to me?
それがどうしてこんなことになってしまったのか。私はただ世界を救おうとする優しい人に幸せであってほしかった。
Why did that give me, that freaking gave me, like, the Doctor and freaking Van Gogh feels. Why? That episode deal of freaking Van Gogh and the Doctor, the end of the episode got me, like, crazy. Because Shadowbringers, Painbringers, it brings pain. You've seen nothing yet? How dare, Lens, how dare. But this is the first time there's tears. It's the first time in Feelsbringers that I've had tears, okay? This just felt a lot like that one episode. +1. I'm sure Ardbert knows how you feel.
ありがとう。君もとても優しい人だね。
He's right
私た
there.
ちアマロが最初に作られた時、古の魔法使いは私たちが主を見分けられるように魂を感じ取れる力を持たせたらしい。もうとっくに薄れた力だけれど、私は先祖返りだからかな。君の魂が、その色が淡くだけれど見えているんだ。よく似ている。そっくりなんだ。
Yeah, because we're Warrior of Light.
あなたの魂に。
We're also Warrior of Light.
もちろん君は君だ。どんな魂を持って生まれるかではなく、選び歩いてきた道こそが、私は何か運命を感じてしまうよ。だからこそ君の勝利を信じて
Yay.
水晶の靴を託そう。
Where did you have... Where was that hiding?
大変大変、困ったことになっちゃったよ。
お前リダランのそっちに何か動きがあったのか。
私たち双子と一緒に嫌な感じの人たちがイルメグに入れないよう邪魔をしていたの。最初は人がわーって逃げるものだからとっても楽しかったんだけど、相手の中にいる怖いおじいさん、あの人だけほとんど惑わされてくれないんだよ。おかげでもうかなり近くまで来られちゃって。
Of course, of course.
ランジート将軍か。そのまま侵入されたら厄介だぞ。俺たちの行動をきっと嗅ぎつけてくる。
目的の達成はあまりに困難となる。
I want Ardbert to have a happy
こ
ending.
こは二手に分かれるといたしましょう。加護を受けしあなたはこのまま大積食いの討伐へ、私たちはアルフィノ様と合流しユールモア軍を押しとどめたいと思います。そのまま追い返せればよし、そうでなくともあなたの勝利によってイルメグでの目的は達成される。
私には光の加護があるはずです。大積食いの討伐に連れて行ってください。
But they're after you.
お前の力量じゃそいつの邪魔になるだけだ。行くぞ。
Tancred, you're just gonna push her away.
ごめんなさい。どうか気をつけて。
Forgive me, it seems my indecision has cost you precious time, but I am convinced now, convinced that you will triumph. To the south you will find the bridge to Ligia. As the bearer of the four relics, the gate to the castle will open to you. Is this it? Already? This looks so crispy. This looks so pretty. Look at that wood. This is how people felt seeing Final Fantasy VII Remake with that wooden door.
All that remains is to enter the castle and confront Titania, a being bereft of reason and mercy.
It is sure to be a ferocious battle.
Yet know this, my adorable sapling, though we Fey folk may appear to live unfettered lives, there are still laws that bind us. To take back as much as is taken, to create as much as is destroyed, to give as much as is received. In all things, balance must be preserved, and the same will be asked of you. But worry not, come what may, your beautiful branch will ever be at your side. Who goes there? Are you the one who broke the seal?
There's no voice acting? Oh, Light Warden Titania. Yo, she's so pretty.
Ah, so much time lost, So much frolicking and feasting left undone.
She's so pretty.
We must make up for it. We must, beginning by playing with you.
Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yo, she has a nice voice. Oh, shiznits. What's that? What the heck is this? What is this? What is this? What is that? This music is so pretty. Oh boy, what the heck? Whoa! Whoa, that's so cool! What the heck? That's so cool! Holy shiznits, that's so cool! Oh. Ads. Oh, she's so creepy. She's so creepy. What the heck? What the heck is going on? What the? Oh my gosh. Oh, holy frickin' heck. Oh, hello. Hi. Hi, trees. Hello, trees. Hello, trees. Thank you for the raise. Shoot. Oh, shoot. Dang nabbit. Bruh, wipe. Oh boy. Bruh. Bruh! Everything is faster. What the heck? Oh my gosh. What the... I mean, this is amazing, but like, bruh. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh boy. Ah! Yay! We got this. Ah! Yay! GG! Thanks, guys! That was so pretty. That was so pretty. Yo! That's so pretty.
さすがだわ、私のスネーク。落ちた妖精王を返してくれてありがとう。ああ、ドレスに王冠、杖に靴。あなたが集めた4つの宝が本当の意味で使われる時が来たのだわ。
Their true purpose.
これらは城を開くための鍵。同時に王に捧げられる4つの祝福でもあるの。 城が開かれるのは妖精王を返す時、そして返した勇気ある者を新たな王として祝福
We become king?
それがこの城にかけられた
Or we do give it to Feol?
でも妖精王を継げば私たちと同じ存在になってしまう。
Oh, definitely
もう
can't.
二度と人らしく生きることはできないわ。
No, we know. No, nope, sorry.
ねえ若木、私のかわいい人。妖精は永遠を生きる。でもそれはあなたの美しさではないのだわ。
This music is great.
届かないかもしれない夢へ、私はもっとそのきらめきを見ていたい。
I had a feeling that. Yo! Yo! Freaking cool.
ライリックラ、イルメグオックブラ。さあ、まずはあなたの邪魔をする嫌な人たちを
Oh, this is cool.
私の国から
結局ここまで入り込まれてしまったか。だがあと少しは。
小尺な妖精どもめ、次から次へと気味の悪いいたずらを。しまった。
Bruh.
聞け、下劣な妖精どもよ。この地に我らの探し人が
This guy OP.
いるらしい。
Ranjit is OP.
貴様らならその居場所を知っているはず。解く姿を見せ、問いに答えよ。さもなくば。
いや、痛い。
Dude!
ここまでだ。術を解いてくれ。
ミンフィリア、悪い娘だ。何度ネズミどもにさらわれたら気が済む。
私はユールモアには戻りません。みんなの邪魔もさせない。
おお、なんだそのふぬけた構えは。誰に習った。我が教えを授けた歴代の巫女は誰一人かような無様をさらさなんだ。
Excuse you.
恥を知れ。己は無力とわきまえよ。貴様が生きるべきは
I don't like him.
我が主の庇護。
I don't like Gilmore. At all.
あいつが自分のなさえ理解しない頃から閉じ込めて何もできないようにしたのはお前らだ。それが今戦おうとしてるんだ。無様だ、無力だとよくも言えたな、クソジジイ。
逃げてばかりのネズミにはわかるまい。戦場は地獄、闘争は不毛。安寧のうちにうる平和こそが唯一の幸福である。
He crazy. He crazy.
見て、空が。
勝ったんだ、闇の戦士が。
なんてこった。ランジード将軍、
Lights out.
この者らを退け、直ちに闇の戦士を探し出す。
全軍突撃。 反逆者どもを捕らえよ
That's not happening,
う。
bro.
聞こえなかったのか。突撃だと言って。
Bruh.
ティルドリメニスアクトロールワインアクトロールワイン
なんだよこれ。
Well, this is horrifying. For them. Bye, guys.
どうしてここだけ。
Bye, guys. That's not horrifying at all. Bye.
アンサスオルワイク禁止
Bruh. Don't mess with the Fae. Don't mess with the Fae, man. Bruh. Bruh. Bruh.
何がどうなってる。お前たち。
Can't
し
you
っかりしろよ。
can't you see what's happening to them? They're being changed. I would run, my dude. Yo!
まだ何か来ます。ここは撤退を。早く。
貴様らが闇の戦士に組みしているのは明らか。
Can we slap this? Can we slap him?
必ずや
He
秩序のため
he
裁きの鉄槌を下すであろう。
he seems like he's because he has the white eyes. He has to be like Sin Eater or half Sin Eater.
なるほど。それで新たな妖精王が誕生したわけね。
Aw, Feol, thank you.
力を貸してくれてありがとう、フェオール。あ、いや、新たなティターニア様。
久々の闇夜だもの。みんなはしゃぎたかったのだわ。だから人と心を同じにして未来のために戦うなんてことはできっこないのだわ。でも恩返しをするとなれば話は別よ。だからこの美しい空の分だけあなたたちに力を貸すわ。本当に困った時には必ず呼んでね。
What about our pact?
あら、私はいつでもあなたのそばにいるのだわ。この身は常若の城にあっても小さな分身を若木のそばに飛ばすなんて造作もないもの。
Oh, no wonder she was like
そ
willing.
の時はまたあなたのイスネフィッシュペオールとして可愛がってね。
Alisaie's just like, huh. That was a cute little quest. Like, that was cute. This one was really dope. I enjoyed that.
I'm going to train harder, having seen what you've achieved. It's the least I can do.
Well done, my friend. You put me to shame laying low a light warden while I struggle to land a blow on a man old enough to be my great-grandsire.
It seems I was wrong about your friend. Had Feol not stepped in, you'd be frolicking with the fairies by now.
It was pure luck that we managed to hold the Yulmorans at bay long enough for you to succeed, but we have earned some good fortune. And while it is plain we've not seen the last of General Ranjit, for I, for one, am glad to delay our reckoning with him a while longer. Ne'er for a moment did I doubt that thou wouldst triumph over thy foe, yet the majesty of thine achievement delighteth me none the less. Nigh hath returned to Ilmeg, and we stand one step closer to delivering the first from its doom and averting the 8th umbral calamity. 'Tis but a pity thou wert not present to see the Fey folk put the Ulmorans to flight. 'Twas a sight to raise the spirits, I do assure thee. Ah, but what valuable allies they might prove, were the mood only to take them. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna end there. It is almost 5 in the morning. Alright guys, bye-bye!